Hey there, scary people, and welcome back to the One Scary Woman YouTube channel, where we are going to move right ahead and just take a quick minute to talk about contracts and paperwork when you have gotten your production company together and you're getting ready to make that film. So really what this video boils down to is that you got to do it. So you have to have contracts and paperwork for sure with every single person who's going to be working on this production with you in any capacity. So let me say, even if it's just a friend, even if you're planning to do this super low budget or no budget and it's just friends, you still want to have something in writing that says exactly what the arrangement is, exactly what the expectation is, and exactly who is going to get what down the line. Because what you do not want to have happen, of course, is say you make this film and this film is actually having quite a bit of success. So that could mean, you're on the festival circuit and it leads you to other jobs. It leads you to greater glory, and maybe someone else feels jealous or left out. It could also, of course, mean maybe that movie actually winds up bringing in quite a bit of money. Maybe you make it for next to nothing, but you get some kind of distribution deal, or even put it up on Amazon and it hits the right way, and a lot of people start to order that film, and suddenly there's money in play. So even if you have started from a place of, I'm doing this low or no budget, and here are my friends, and my friends are coming in to help me out, you still want to have something in writing. And it might seem strange at the time, or they might feel, like, isn't this a little bit too formal? But believe me, it's not, because these issues do come up. So even just this past week, I had, two writers who are also friends who are now having an issue because they started to collaborate on something with each other. It was not clearly laid out at the outset exactly what was expected or what would happen down the line. And now, guess what? They are in a legal issue where they're consulting with attorneys because they're trying to figure out, who actually brought what ideas to the table and what are they owed. So it's very easy for these kind of situations to escalate like that. Again, particularly if something goes on to have some success and people start to feel jealous. Now, the last thing I will mention about contracts and paperwork, because it's definitely something that the average person would not even think of or consider. It actually sounds really strange, but believe me, it's something that you need to do, is you have to have some kind of contract with yourself. So if you've been following along and if you're doing everything by the book, you have hopefully formed your production company, or you are going to form your production company before actually going into production. And there has to be some kind of contract or paperwork that shows that you agree that your script, if you wrote your own script, or of course, if you're getting a script from another writer, then for sure you need a contract. But say it's your own script, you need some kind of contract that shows that you agree that this is going to be produced with this production company. Now, this is something most people would never think of. Again, it sounds really, really funny. Like, why would I do that? If it's my script and my production company, of course I have the right to go ahead and to do this. But I say this because down the line, again, if you're going to get a distribution deal or something like that, if this film is going to, go on and hopefully have a successful future, you sometimes will need to show the proof that there was this chain of events and that you had full absolute rights to go ahead and produce this film. Again, I know that sounds really funny because if it's your production company and your script, why wouldn't you? But thinking of it from the legal end of things, this is something that you could be asked to show in the future. Show some kind of documentation or paperwork that there was an agreement between your production company and you that you were going to go ahead and produce this script. So this is also, again, another reason why you have to form that production company, so that that contract isn't, oh, Sarah agrees that Sarah can make Sarah's script, but instead it's a little more formal. It will say, My Mark Productions agrees that, or Sarah agrees that My Mark Productions can go ahead and film this script. So sounds really, really funny, but it's a really important piece of advice. So make sure you follow through on that. Again, just to recap, make sure that you have contracts and paperwork with anybody who is going to be working on this film in any capacity that lays out exactly what the situation is. So even if it seems like you're the best of friends today and no issue could ever come of this, please be sure to get that. Even if the agreement simply says, that they agree to work just in exchange for experience and the fun of it, that's fine. But get it in writing, because you do not want your film to be a big success down the line and to have someone come at you then and try to sue you or say that they had partial ownership on the film when you, from your point of view, don't see it that way. If you do want to give them partial ownership on the film, Again, you want a contract to spell that out. So exactly how much of that film do they own, and exactly what are they owed in the future? What kind of percentage of any profits are they owed in the future? These are all things that you need to lay out ahead of time. All right, good luck and happy filming.